Welcome back to the deep dive. This time we're diving into some really cool fan content.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Excerpts from Onyx Storm's Lost Dialogues. Secrets that change everything imaginary talks. It's published just this month by Nick Sasaki.
Okay, so, what are these imaginary talks?
Well, they're these imagined conversations between the characters from the Onyx Storm series.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so those off-screen moments,
I like it. So, what kind of secrets are we talking about here?
We've got 5 conversations to get through, and each one gives us a totally new look at...
all the main players.
Yeah. Violet, Zaden, Andarna, Tairn, even Mira and Jack Barlow.
Okay, I'm so ready. Let's jump in.
Okay, so the first conversation is between Andarna and Violet.
Ooh, juicy. What happened?
Okay, so remember in the main story how Andarna just disappears for a while?
Yeah.
Well, here, Violet finally confronts her about it. And let me tell you, Violet does not hold back.
She wants answers.
She wants answers. But it's Andarna's response that, really caught my eye.
What'd she say?
She basically tells Violet that she isn't bound to a single future.
Whoa.
She can actually change her destiny.
That's a pretty big concept.
Right. And especially considering, all those weird visions Violet keeps having.
You mean those glimpses into other possibilities?
Exactly. It's like she's seeing all these different paths she could take and choices she could make with totally different outcomes.
And to, prove her point, Andarna shows Violet a vision of a past life.
Yes. And she uses that to drive home the point that Violet has, lived and died before.
Whoa, hold on.
But this time, something is different.
Mm-hmm.
And Andarna even calls Violet an anomaly, someone who isn't meant to exist in this time. So Violet is this glitch in the system.
Yeah, kind of seems that way.
No wonder she can see glimpses of the future and survive things no one else can.
Right. And what's interesting is how the conversation ends.
Yeah.
It's not all doom and gloom. There's this sense of hope.
Hope for what?
Hope that maybe Violet can break free from fate and create her own story.
Okay, that's some heavy stuff.
Yeah, it is.
But let's switch gears for a second and talk about Zaden.
Okay, what about him?
So, in this second conversation, he's really wrestling with his transformation into a Venin.
Oh yeah, he's not happy about it.
Not at all. He goes to Jack Barlow for answers.
The guy who seems to have completely embraced his Venin side?
Exactly. Did you find Zaden's desperation in this conversation, believable?
Oh, absolutely. Remember, Venin are traditionally seen as these, monstrous creatures who steal magic.
Yeah.
And Zaden is really struggling to reconcile that with his own humanity. He's terrified of what he's becoming.
Yeah, and Jack, being Jack, just loves to play mind games with him.
What do you mean?
He starts dropping all these cryptic hints, suggesting that being a Venin isn't about stealing magic, but becoming something else.
Interesting.
He really challenges Zaden's whole understanding of Venin. He even suggests that they aren't corrupted humans.
Yeah?
But maybe a form of magic themselves.
That's a big shift in perspective.
Right. Do you think he's being truthful or just manipulating Zaden?
It's Jack, so who knows? But one thing is for sure.
What's that?
He knows how to, push Zaden's buttons.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
When he hints that Zaden's hearing calls from an ancient power.
Ooh, yeah, as if his transformation is awakening something deep inside him.
Maybe tied to a past life.
Yeah. That was chilling.
It was. It's Zaden's transformation is triggering these, fragmented memories.
From a time when maybe Venin were something totally different.
Right. It definitely leaves Zaden questioning everything he thought he knew.
About himself and his future.
Exactly. This idea of a past life for Zaden, how do you think that ties into, the bigger picture of the story?
Well, for starters, it adds another layer of complexity to this whole Venin situation.
Right.
Are they truly evil, or are they just misunderstood?
Yeah.
And if Zaden was someone else before, who was he, and what does it mean for his relationship with Violet? There's just so much to unpack here.
Totally. It's this one conversation has blown the whole Onyx Storm world wide open.
Now let's talk about Violet and her family.
Okay.
The third conversation, she confronts her sister Mira, sensing that there are, some serious secrets in their family history.
And you?
Oh boy, is she right. Talk about skeletons in the closet. Their father wasn't just some historian.
He was a what?
He was a guardian of a long-forgotten secret.
What?
And their whole family lineage. Turns out they weren't meant to be dragon riders at all.
No.
But protectors of something much older and more powerful.
Wait, so what were they supposed to be protecting?
The oldest magic in the world.
Whoa.
A power so primal, it predates even the dragons.
Okay, how does this tie into Violet?
Well, Mira tells Violet that she wasn't meant to ride dragons.
But to be something stronger.
Exactly.
Okay.
Something connected to this ancient magic.
Huh.
It starts to explain why she has these unique abilities.
Yeah, this connection to Tairn and Andarna, this power to defy fate.
So Violet's not just some random girl who got lucky with a dragon.
Right.
She's part of this ancient lineage destined for something bigger. Do you think she'll embrace that role?
That's a great question. And it leads us perfectly into the next conversation, which focuses on Tairn and Andarna.
Okay, bring on the dragon drama. I love that Violet's getting bolder, pushing Tairn and Andarna to reveal what they're hiding about this war they never discuss.
Yeah, this is where things take a dark turn.
Oh, how so?
Well, Tairn, as usual, wants to keep secrets buried.
Makes sense.
But Andarna argues that some truths are worse than lies.
Interesting.
And under Violet's questioning, she finally reveals the truth.
What is it?
This wasn't a war against some outside enemy. A war between dragons. Can you believe it? Dragons fighting each other.
Wow.
It's a shocking revelation, and it completely changes our understanding of the Onyx Storm world.
For sure. So what caused this war?
Well, Tairn eventually admits that this war almost destroyed the dragons.
Oh, wow.
They were fighting over control of a powerful magic that was never meant to be touched.
It sounds like this war is more than just ancient history.
Right.
It seems like it might be connected to the present in ways we're only beginning to understand.
Exactly. And to make things even more complicated, Andarna hints that the Venin,
Who
were once dragons themselves,
What?
are a direct result of this war.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
Venin were dragons. That changes everything. It connects Zaden's transformation to this ancient conflict, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's like history is repeating itself. And it sets the stage for a final conversation that is truly heart-wrenching
Between.
Zaden and Violet. This scene takes place on a silent battlefield.
Ooh, intense.
Yeah, it really emphasizes the urgency and the weight of the situation.
I can imagine.
Zaden, fully succumbing to his Venin transformation, begs Violet to kill him before he loses control completely.
That scene was intense. Zaden's desperation really comes through.
It does, doesn't it?
And the fact that he's remembering things he shouldn't, things from a past life as a dragon,
Right.
it just adds another layer of tragedy to it all.
Totally.
It's like he's not just fighting the Venin transformation.
Yeah.
He's fighting against the echoes of his past.
Yeah.
What did you think of Zaden's explanation for his transformation?
Well, it's certainly a bold twist.
Did it feel a bit too convenient?
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
He believes that his current transformation is a direct consequence of actions from his past life.
So like karma.
Exactly. Like he might have been responsible for that ancient dragon war we just discussed.
So he's not just a victim of circumstance, but potentially the architect of his own suffering.
Exactly.
Wow.
He believes he was never meant to survive that war.
But to end it.
To end it.
And now he's presenting Violet with this agonizing choice. Does she embrace her destiny as a protector?
Right.
Or defy it to save the person she loves?
Yeah, heavy stuff.
It's like everything is coming to a head. Violet's destiny, Zaden's transformation, this ancient war.
Right?
It all feels so interconnected.
It does. Do you think these lost dialogues are suggesting that everything is predetermined?
You mean like there's no escaping fate?
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I don't think so.
Okay.
Remember, one of the central themes here is the tension between fate and free will.
Right.
Violet's been told she can change her destiny, but she's also burdened by this ancient responsibility.
Yeah.
It's like she's caught in this tug of war between what's predetermined and what she chooses to do.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
And then there's Zaden grappling with the consequences of choices he may have made in a past life.
Right.
It raises all these questions about responsibility and redemption.
Totally. Like, can you really be held accountable for actions taken in a past life?
And can you atone for them?
Yeah. These are some heavy philosophical questions.
They are.
But that's what I love about these lost dialogues. They don't shy away from the big issues.
Right.
They make you think.
They do.
They challenge your assumptions.
For sure.
And they leave you with this sense of wonder.
I totally agree. It's like Nick Sasaki has given us this whole new way of looking at the Onyx Storm world.
I know, right?
What do you think stands out as the most surprising or thought-provoking revelation so far?
For me, it's the revelation about the ancient dragon war.
Really?
Yeah. It completely reframes the entire conflict in the Onyx Storm world.
In what way?
It's not just humans versus dragons anymore. It's about something much deeper and more primal.
Like what?
The struggle for control over an ancient magic that can reshape reality itself.
Yeah, it's like the history we thought we knew was just the tip of the iceberg.
Totally.
And the fact that the Venin were once dragons,
Yeah.
that's a game changer. It makes you wonder, are they truly evil? Or are they just a different expression of dragon magic?
Right.
And how does that change our understanding of Zaden's transformation? Is he becoming a monster, or is he reclaiming a lost part of himself?
Yeah, it's a fascinating question.
It is.
It certainly adds a layer of complexity to the whole good versus evil dynamic.
Yeah. It's not so black and white anymore.
Right.
And then there's Violet.
Yeah.
In the middle of all this.
She's got a lot on her plate.
She has this power to change fate.
Right.
But what will she choose to do with it?
Yeah.
Will she embrace her destiny as a protector of this ancient magic? Or defy it to save the person she loves?
Good question.
And what about Jack Barlow's role in all this?
Ooh, good point.
He's been lurking in the shadows,
Yeah.
dropping these cryptic hints about the true nature of Vinhan.
Right.
Do you think he's being truthful? Or is he manipulating Zaden to serve his own agenda?
He's such a slippery character, it's hard to tell what his true motives are.
I know, right?
On the one hand, he seems to revel in his Venin power, encouraging Zaden to embrace the darkness.
I see that.
But there are also moments where he seems almost sympathetic to Zaden's struggle.
Okay, yeah.
It's like he sees himself in Zaden, but a version of himself who gave in to the darkness.
And those cryptic hints he keeps dropping about Venin being something more than just corrupted humans.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
Well, it certainly aligns with the revelation that Venin were once dragons.
Sure.
Maybe he's trying to awaken Zaden to a truth that's been hidden for centuries.
A truth that could.
A truth that could completely overturn everything we thought we knew about the Onyx Storm world.
Okay, let's play devil's advocate for a second.
Okay.
What if Jack is lying? What if he's just trying to corrupt Zaden and turn him against the dragons?
Yeah.
What if he's the real villain here?
That's a possibility.
Right.
But it wouldn't be the first time Jack has played both sides.
Okay, yeah.
He's always been a master manipulator.
True, but even if he's not outright lying, his motivations are still unclear.
They are.
What does he gain from Zaden embracing his Venin side? What's his endgame?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And I don't think we have enough information to answer it yet.
Fair enough.
But what we can say is that Jack is a catalyst.
How so?
He's forcing Zaden to confront his true nature.
Right.
To make a choice about who he wants to be.
And that choice could have huge implications for the entire Onyx Storm world.
It could.
Will he side with the dragons, the humans?
Yeah.
Or forge his own path?
Good question.
Will he use his power for good or for evil?
It's exciting, isn't it? All these possibilities opening up.
It is, and it all comes back to this central question. Do we have control over our own destinies?
Right.
Or are we just puppets dancing on the strings of fate?
It's a question that has haunted humanity for centuries.
Oh, for sure.
And I think these lost dialogues are offering a fresh perspective on this age-old debate.
I totally agree.
It's not just about fate versus free will. It's also about responsibility, redemption, and the choices we make in the face of overwhelming challenges.
These conversations really make you think about the consequences of our actions.
Right.
Both for ourselves and for the world around us.
Absolutely.
They also highlight the interconnectedness of all things. Violet's destiny, Zaden's transformation, the ancient dragon war.
Yeah.
It's all intertwined.
It is. And it makes you wonder, what other connections are we missing?
Yeah, what other secrets are still waiting to be revealed?
Exactly.
Speaking of secrets, there's one character we haven't talked about yet.
Who's that?
Mira.
Oh, right.
She revealed some pretty shocking information about their family history.
She did, yeah.
Do you think she's holding anything back?
Maybe.
What other secrets might she be hiding? It's interesting how these lost dialogues kind of shift the focus. You know, from like external battles to these internal struggles that the characters are facing.
Yeah.
It's not just about dragons and Venin and ancient wars anymore.
Right.
It's about the characters like wrestling with their own identities.
Yeah.
Their pasts.
Right.
And like the choices they have to make.
For sure.
What do you think is like the most significant internal struggle presented in these dialogues?
I think Zaden's struggle is particularly compelling.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, he's literally fighting against his own nature.
Right.
Trying to hold on to his humanity.
As the Venin transformation takes over.
Yeah, exactly.
And the weight of his past life, memories, the guilt and responsibility he feels for the ancient dragon war.
Yeah, it's like another layer of complexity.
To his internal struggle.
Yeah, it's almost Shakespearean, wouldn't you say?
Totally. It's like he's caught between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
If he embraces his venom side,
Yeah.
he risks becoming the very monster he fears.
Right.
But if he rejects it...
he might be denying a fundamental part of who he is.
And it's not just Zaden. Violet's also facing a major internal conflict.
Yeah, how so?
She's been told she has the power to change fate.
Right.
But what if that means sacrificing her own happiness?
Ooh, that's tough.
What if it means making a choice that hurts the people she loves?
Yeah, it's a real dilemma.
That final conversation between Zaden and Violet on the battlefield.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
It is.
Zaden begging Violet to kill him before he loses control.
Violet torn between her love for him and her duty to protect the world. It's tough. It's a classic hero's dilemma.
Yeah.
But with such raw emotion.
It is. It's really powerful.
Did that scene resonate with you?
Absolutely. It's a powerful exploration of sacrifice and love.
Right.
Zaden is willing to sacrifice himself
Just to
protect Violet and the world.
And Violet.
She's being asked to make an unimaginable sacrifice.
Which is?
To potentially kill the person she loves.
To prevent a greater catastrophe.
Exactly.
It really makes you think about the limits of love and duty.
It does, for sure.
It's almost like they're both trapped by their destinies, forced to make choices that could have devastating consequences.
Yeah, see that.
Do you think there's any hope for them?
That's the big question.
Can they find a way to break free from these predetermined paths?
And I think that's what makes these lost dialogues so thought-provoking.
In what way?
They don't offer any easy answers.
Right.
They challenge us to consider the complexities of fate and free will.
Yeah.
Of choice and consequence. Of love and loss.
One thing that really struck me is how these conversations kind of blur the lines between good and evil.
In what way?
Well, the Venom, who were once seen as the villains...
Right.
are now presented as more complex beings.
Yeah.
Perhaps even victims of their own nature.
Yeah, I see there.
And the dragons, who were supposed to be the protectors, are revealed to have like a dark and violent past.
Right. It's a reminder that the world isn't black and white. There are shades of gray in every character, every situation.
And sometimes the heroes and villains are not so easily defined.
Right.
It makes you question everything you thought you knew about the Onyx Storm world.
Yeah.
And it opens up so many possibilities for the future of the series.
Exactly. And that's what makes these lost dialogues so exciting. They're not just filling in the gaps. They're expanding the world, deepening the characters, and challenging us to rethink everything we thought we knew. It's like Nick Sasaki has given us this incredible gift.
What's that?
A glimpse into the hearts and minds of these beloved characters.
I agree.
And a chance to explore the hidden depths of the Onyx Storm world.
It really is fan fiction at its finest.
I couldn't agree more.
And I think the true power of these lost dialogues lies in their ability to inspire us to ask our own questions.
To look deeper.
To look deeper, yeah.
To challenge our assumptions.
Yeah.
And to embrace the mystery.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Onyx Storm's lost dialogues, let's leave our listeners with a final thought.
Okay.
What do you hope they take away from these conversations?
I hope they come away with a sense of wonder.
Yeah.
And a desire to explore further.
Okay.
I hope they're inspired to ask their own questions.
Right.
To challenge the narratives they've been given. And to embrace the complexities of the world around them. And maybe, just maybe, these lost dialogues will spark their own creative journeys.
Ooh, I like that.
Leading them to explore the untold stories within their own imaginations.
Beautifully said. And to our listeners, we encourage you to share your thoughts and interpretations of these conversations.
Yeah, what resonated with you the most?
What questions are you still grappling with?
Let's keep the conversation going.
And until next time.
Yeah.
Keep diving deep.
Keep exploring.
And never stop questioning.
Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.